Holy cow.
Yay. Hi, Facebook.
Okay, we are on Facebook. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to New Ambassadors Theater Company presents Friday Night Footlights number 6. It is The Time My Boyfriend Met My Parents on My Birthday by Erin Moughon. I'm gonna, first of all, I hope you had a great week. Hope you had a great Friday. Enjoy the sun. This weekend's gonna be fantastic. And what better way to charge into this wonderful weekend than listening to this play and joining us tonight for live theater. All right, I know I'm a little crazy. So I'm gonna throw it over to, this way. I'm gonna throw it over to Erin. She's gonna introduce it. We're gonna introduce our actors and then we're gonna get going. Erin.
Okay. Well, thank you everybody so much for coming. Those of you who are early, we still have 1 minute technically, but I'm going to talk for that minute and you don't need to be here for that. So this is, the title kind of says it all, The Time My Boyfriend Met My Parents on My Birthday. Jane, played by the amazing Maile. Wave, Maile. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. It's her birthday and her boyfriend Thomas, played by Peña Griswold.
Hello.
Hello. Wants to meet her parents. She is terrified of this for many reasons, which will be elaborated in the play, and lots of wacky complications come to make sure that doesn't happen very smoothly. Playing multiple roles, including Jane's parents, are the amazingly, incredibly, I can't believe she's doing this, talented Eléna O'Brien. Yay! And also incredibly, amazingly talented, I can't believe he's doing this, Todd Butera. Yay!
Hi, everybody.
I mean, honestly, like, if you see this cast, it's the dream cast. So I just want to put that out there. And rounding out the dream cast, doing an amazing job, reading the ever important stage directions, is David Michael Kirby. Yay! And which dog is behind you right now, David?
That's Hurley sitting on my shoulder.
Hi, Hurley. So pets are always fun when they jump into Zoom meetings. They make my day happy. So thank you all so much for coming. Thank you, David Adam Gill, for directing this. The show is an official pick of the Broadway Bound Theater Festival.
Yay!
Yay! And I know some Broadway Bound people are coming on or are already on. So thank you, Lenore, Rick, and everybody else in the Broadway Bound team. Thank you, Drew Jordan, for helping get this together as well. And you all are amazing, and I love you. And without further ado, let's get this party started.
Okay, we'll see you on the back end of this. Enjoy.
The Time My Boyfriend Met My Parents on My Birthday by Erin Moughon. A note before beginning. All sets should be as simple and presentational as possible. Think a chair or projection, etc. Have fun. A black stage. The sound of sirens followed by a heartbeat monitor. Other hospital sounds are happening.
You jumped ahead too much. Can I get some lights here?
Lights up on Jane. She's standing center stage. She looks to the booth. The sounds are still going.
Thank you. Now stop, stop.
The sounds stop.
Thank you. Someone jumped a cue, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Taking it back to the beginning.
The sound of a mother pushing and a baby crying.
Too far back. I'm a playwright, not Dickens.
The sounds stop again.
Is this because I pointed out that you missed a cue? It wasn't personal. It's just that I wrote this and I want it to be as perfect as it can be. Okay. To the beginning of the relationship. Well, not the beginning. The first birthday together.
Thomas enters. The scene immediately shifts to Jane's apartment. It's dinner, on the couch. Thomas is eating spaghetti.
I don't see what the big deal is.
I didn't say big deal, but for the record, it is a big deal. I said it's weird, and it is. It's definitely weird.
What's weird? We're dating. It's your birthday. Your parents are coming. I want to see you on your birthday, so it seems like I'll have to meet your parents to do that.
No, we can catch up after.
For what, 10 minutes before you have to go to bed?
I don't go to bed that early.
On school nights you do.
It's for the safety of the children.
So if I want to see you on your birthday for any significant amount of time, I have to meet your parents.
Specious.
I don't see a problem.
How do you feel about me meeting your parents?
Great. I think you should. On my birthday.
That's in July. It's January.
Not my fault my birthday's in July. I wouldn't make it the first thing you say to my mom, though.
It's weird. We've only been dating 2 weeks.
So?
It's this big step, meeting the parents. It feels very serious.
When did your other boyfriends meet your parents?
They didn't, or not in a this is my boyfriend kind of way. Nothing formal.
Really? Now that's weird.
No, it's just more casual, less pressure.
Thomas goes back to eating as Jane steps out into the space and onto the phone with her mother.
This feels like a lot of pressure.
Person 1 enters as Jane's mother. She's on the phone in a different state. Thomas is still on stage eating.
What pressure?
Really? What pressure? I can't explain it. I shouldn't have to explain it. It's weird, okay?
Person 1 and Thomas both respond to Jane, even though they are both in separate times and spaces.
It's not weird.
It's not weird.
It is. Everyone else in the world thinks it's weird.
You're being a little dramatic,
Okay,
aren't
your
you?
body in the world.
Is it because you don't think you'll stay together?
Is it because you don't think we'll stay together?
No, that's not. I definitely think it's just.
Are you embarrassed of me?
What? No. Though embarrassment is definitely not off the table.
You really think we'll embarrass you that badly?
Do I really need to answer that?
I'm not embarrassing.
Not you, my dad.
I have a dad too.
How would you describe your dad?
Midwestern reserved.
That's not my dad. He's in unstoppable force of upsetting stories.
I can talk to him.
Can't really be that bad.
I mean, what's the real
What's
reason?
the real reason?
I need more of a reason other than I don't want this relationship to end due to mortification, or I'm not ready for this next step, or you know what? Fine. You win. You can meet.
Great. See you in
Great.
2 weeks.
Let me get the dishes.
Person 1 hangs up and leaves. Thomas kisses Jane on the cheek and exits with the dishes. Jane remains in a nebulous space.
Not like it's my birthday should be about me or what I want anyway. And as for pressure, there were 2 events running through my mind that I couldn't say to either of them because the relationship was new and the other person was my mother. And I'm not always up for the level of frustration that entails, because you try talking to my mother. For example, 5 years ago.
Person 1, still as Jane's mother, and person 2 as Jane's father, enter in a minivan. This is probably just chairs. Simpler is better. But if you have the budget, by all means. I don't, but if you do, God bless. Jane joins the minivan. There's luggage. She's been picked up from the airport. She puts on a winter coat.
I'm just saying, if you wore a little makeup.
Mom, that's not me.
I mean, you could be so pretty. I mean, you are so pretty, but other people could see it if you wore makeup. And those gay men you hang out with all the time.
They're my friends.
And that's great. They're great.
So what's wrong with hanging out with gay men?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You know, my boss, Jason, he's gay, and I think it's great. But gay men, they aren't going to marry you. It's like you're actively trying not to find someone. You need to put in some effort, make up new friends.
Mom, stop.
I just don't want you to die alone.
Really? Okay. Dad, anything to say?
Well, what your mother is, what I think, she's saying that we love you and
Don't want me to die alone.
exactly.
We're not going to be around forever.
I'm not alone now.
Oh, honey.
And you think me being single at 23 means I'll die alone?
No. That's not.
We just think you need to start trying now.
That's all.
Jane looks at both person 1 and person 2 and opens the door to the car and jumps out.
What?
Jane.
Pull over, pull over.
The minivan exits. Jane is back in the nebulous space.
I don't think in reality I jumped out, but I don't think 15 minutes of uncomfortable silence is really dramatic. And then there was...
The scene shifts to Prospect Park, snow everywhere, in front of the picnic house. It should be as romantic and magical as possible. Thomas enters in front of the picnic house, dressed for the snow, nervously pacing. Jane puts on more warm clothing while talking.
Our 5th date, right after our first kiss. Prospect Park in the snow, the picnic house. It looked like a scene from every romantic movie ever made.
She joins Thomas.
So beautiful. I love Prospect Park.
Yeah, I it too.
You okay?
Yeah, there's just, I wanted to ask you, and it's important, and I think it might be too soon, but I really wanted to ask you. I've wanted to ask you for a little while, since our second date, maybe since, I don't know, but I think it's too soon, and I really like you and don't want to scare you off, but I do want to ask you this. I want to ask you this, but I shouldn't, but I should. And
Thomas gets more and more nervous. Jane has a panicked look Thomas doesn't notice.
But I'm going to. I don't care if it's too soon. Jane, will you?
Thomas drops something, probably a glove, and bends over on one knee to pick it up. Jane almost faints from a panic attack at this sight. Thomas stands back up.
Will you be my girlfriend?
What? Okay, great. I mean, yes, of course. I thought I was already.
I just wanted to make sure. That's great.
Thomas kisses her.
This is so lovely, but
Freezing.
yep.
Hot chocolate coming right up. I know a place right around the park.
Thomas goes off. Jane returns to her nebulous space and removes the warm clothing.
And that I didn't make up. It was a miracle I didn't faint. So yeah, my birthday was starting to freak me out a little. Pressure. And then he says,
Thomas pops out, drying a dish from the previous scene.
Oh yeah, I haven't read any of your plays. I'd really like to. I mean, if you're comfortable with that.
yeah, sure.
Great.
He exits.
That's worse than meeting my parents, by the way. Giving him a play is so vulnerable, so exposing. And what if he hated it? We would have to break up, or I'd have to quit writing, or something else terrible, maybe the world imploding. It's just a play. So I gave him my thesis play about a young woman coping with the deaths of one brother in Iraq and another by suicide upon his return from Iraq. Light stuff. Sorry, I make awkward jokes. A lot. Anyway, magical realism about military families and PTSD and suicide, and that's what I gave him. A week later, when I worked up the nerve, and he read it during birthday week, which is a real thing.
Thomas enters. A couch appears.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
They collapse on the couch.
You celebrate your birthday for a whole week.
Yeah, I mean, not huge things every day, but little things leading up to the big day.
Okay.
So dinner Thursday, breakfast Friday at Columbia.
Because,
I have my professional development there,
right?
and you work there.
Really? I work at Columbia? Thanks for letting me know.
Party Friday night here. Saturday I'll be with my parents during the day, and then Saturday night dinner.
So it's cool if I meet all your friends this soon.
Let it go. You've already won. You're getting to meet everyone.
Jane looks at Thomas expectantly. Thomas looks at Jane, not knowing why she's looking at him.
I feel like I'm supposed to say something now, but I don't know what exactly.
I'm desperately trying to have some chill, but I have none. No chill.
She jumps up either to her knees on the couch or off the couch.
Okay,
My play.
your play.
Are you done?
Oh, yes, I'm almost done.
What does that almost mean? Page 40, 60, 80?
Means I didn't memorize what page I'm on, but I feel like I'm almost done.
And
And
thoughts?
I told you.
I know. Not until you're done. But this is torture.
I promise to tell you the moment I finish.
You better, unless it's in the middle of the night, because if you wake me up
I know, I die.
painfully,
I really like you.
that is an incredibly strange thing to say at this moment.
I don't think so.
I just threatened to murder you.
So it must mean I really, really like you to say it after a threat of homicide.
I don't see why.
Because you're wonderful.
You're delusional.
Doesn't make you any less wonderful.
I really like you too.
They kiss. They stop, and Thomas just stares at Jane for a moment. Then she pulls his phone out and hands it to him.
Now read.
But
Birthday week privileges.
yes, ma'am.
He goes off.
We're going to skip ahead. Thursday.
Thomas comes on with a giant fry bag. It's college walk at Columbia. He's wearing a winter coat. Jane puts back on a winter coat. There's something weird about Thomas.
It's not fried boots.
Hi.
Oh, yeah. Hi.
And what?
Yes, it's not fried boots.
He presents her with the bag.
Okay.
It's your present.
Jane takes the bag.
Oh, thank you.
It's the largest bag I had.
Should I?
Yeah, I didn't have paper.
She opens the bag and pulls out a large digital clock.
It's a clock.
It's a binary clock. I thought you could put it in your classroom, make kids figure it out.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
You hate it. I'll take it back. I knew I'd screw this up.
Thomas tries to take it back.
Oh, no, it's really nice. It's just taking me a minute. I thought you were giving me this tomorrow.
I decided today when it's just us.
That's so nice. So dinner, what were you thinking?
I thought we could walk around first. Reservations aren't for a while.
But they're near here?
Yeah, there's a foot. You don't like it.
Oh, I love walking around campus. And Grant's Tomb, we should go there. I've never been inside. That could be fun.
Yeah, we should go. That's good.
They start to walk. It takes as long as the conversation to arrive.
So, how was your day?
I can carry that.
What?
Your bag. I can carry that. You shouldn't have to.
It's fine. I can carry it.
No, I want to.
If you're sure.
Thomas takes the bag. They walk in silence for a moment.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You don't seem fine.
I finished your play.
Oh,
What?
you didn't like it and that's why you're being weird. I should just go home.
No, it's not that at all. It's amazing.
Really?
Yeah, I really, really liked it.
What?
Nothing. It was really, really good. And it was true.
They stop walking. They've arrived.
Yeah, it happened to my childhood bully, actually. Both of her brothers. They were both really nice, too. It was the one with PTSD. He was so different at the end.
Yeah. Seemed like it.
Are you sure you're okay?
Damn it.
What?
It's closed.
Oh, that's okay. We can go somewhere else.
But you wanted to come.
Come with me.
Jane takes Thomas around back. A barrier, think a chain between poles, appears.
What are you doing?
Jane goes over the barrier.
Come on. It'll be fun.
It's closed.
Jane is standing on one side of the barrier, Thomas on the other. She puts her hand out.
Come on. We're not going in. We can just walk around. Please.
Fine.
Thomas comes up. As soon as he does, person 2 comes out as a security guard.
Hey, it's closed. You're trespassing. You need to go.
Thomas and Jane jump the barrier and run away. Jane is smiling and having fun. Thomas looks miserable and angry.
I told you it was closed.
I'm sorry. I've done it before and no one.
I should go home.
What? What about dinner?
I just need to go home because the trains.
Stay.
No, I need to go to Bay Ridge.
Okay. But we're still on for breakfast?
Yeah. Sure.
Thomas walks off stage, leaving Jane alone and stunned.
Okay. See you in the morning. Bye.
Thomas comes back on.
Oh, was that a surprise? Make me think you're not.
I took your gift. Here.
He turns and walks off again.
Okay, thanks. Happy birthday to me.
She takes her coat off and looks at the audience.
It was weird, but I had an apartment to clean and PD to prep for, and my parents were coming. You know, stressful things that make you ignore some sudden behavior changes. And breakfast was still on.
The scene shifts to Kitchenette, a small restaurant with mostly Southern-inspired food. It's very cute. Jane is standing in the doorway. Thomas rushes in.
Sorry. I overslept in the trains.
Fine, they just wouldn't seat me.
I'm messing everything up.
You messed nothing up. I was only here like 5 minutes.
Person 1 comes on as a waitress.
Y'all ready to be seated?
Yes, he's here.
She seats them at a 2-person table and hands them menus.
What's good here?
Everything. I usually get eggs, chicken apple sausage, and a biscuit.
That's very specific.
It's usually where I take my parents when they come, and everyone else, and myself when I want to feel a little like home, or just have a good biscuit, or cupcakes, or
Oh,
I just really like it, I mean.
should we get a drink?
The orange juice is really good, fresh squeezed in-house.
A coffee?
No idea. I mean, I know they have it, but I don't know if they have good coffee. I've definitely seen people drink it and they seem to think it's okay. Maybe I should get a mimosa. Do you think I should get a mimosa? No, I'm going to. I'm sorry. I'm strangely wired right now.
I'm sure the coffee is fine.
You seem better.
Yeah, I think I just needed to sleep this week at work, and I finished your play, so I stayed up way too late finishing it. I wanted to.
Yeah, thank you for reading it. I'm glad you liked it. I would love to hear more thoughts.
Maybe after breakfast. Specifically coffee.
Definitely. Ma'am,
Person one returns.
I'll have the farmhouse breakfast with the sausage and a glass of orange juice, scrambled eggs.
And you, hun?
Coffee, black, and pancakes with a side of cheese grits and bacon.
All right, great. Coming right up.
Oh, I love pancakes. Wait, did you just say you finished it?
Person one brings coffee and orange juice and leaves. Thomas starts drinking his coffee.
Yeah,
But you said you had finished it last night.
did I? I mean, I had mostly. I was just in a weird place last night. I really don't remember what I said.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You're just acting really weird.
And that's different from normal how?
Not good weird, bad weird. Like something's wrong weird.
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I wasn't having the best day. And I misspoke about your play, except the part where I said I really liked it, because I did. Like, I knew you were a playwright and that you'd be good, but I didn't know this good.
Really? Wait. Are you just trying to change the subject?
Maybe. Is it working?
What do you think?
Yes.
I'm aware that you're trying to change the subject. You aren't really being that subtle about it, which means it isn't working.
Oh, but can we just change the subject anyways? Because I do want to talk about your play, like the scene with the ghosts. That was so funny and then sad.
Yeah, they were my favorite to write. Wait, no, we need to talk about last night. You freaked out and just walked out.
Magical realism, right?
Yeah, you like magical realism?
Who doesn't?
Some people. I don't know those people, but I've been told they exist.
Person one brings the breakfast.
Y'all need anything else?
No, thank you. This looks great.
You're welcome. Excuse me. I'm coming. Keep your shirt on.
The sound of the restaurant getting very busy starts to permeate the stage. Jane and Thomas start to eat.
You're right. This place is great.
Right? I love it. It's what I make for breakfast when I'm not shoving a bar or banana in my face on my way to work at 6 a.m.
Jane grabs some scrambled eggs and starts to say something, but Thomas goes first.
Maybe you should. Nope.
What?
Trying to think of something smooth and clever to say about making me breakfast, but it wasn't quite working. And now I feel really stupid for trying to say anything.
Don't. I was trying to think of something like, oh, I should make this for you sometime while eating sexily, but I didn't pick up the sausage, which would have been great to eat sexily. And then I grabbed some scrambled eggs, and that's not sexy, or at least I don't know how to make it sexy, and you did it.
What? I don't think I said anything particularly sexy or witty.
You changed the subject.
Oh, I guess I did.
They both keep eating.
Don't they? Is that the time?
Yeah?
Shoot, I'm going to be late, which is ridiculous because I'm literally down the street.
Did you just say, oh, shoot?
Jane is riffling through her backpack.
Yes, where is it?
Oh, shoot.
I don't like to curse.
Really?
Yeah, there are so many more interesting words. Shakespeare, you know? Aha!
Jane pulls out a wallet and gets out a debit card.
What are you doing?
Leaving you my card.
What?
I have to sprint out of here and we may never see our waitress again, and please just take my card. I trust you.
I can't just.
No, my birthday, my rules. I'm paying for my own breakfast.
That feels backwards.
Jane is putting on her coat and backpack.
Tough? And you're coming to help clean my apartment. I should be paying for your breakfast too.
I don't know about this.
It's not like I have a ton of cash on there. And I'm going to see you at 4:30?
4:30.
Yeah, so I'll just get from you then.
Great.
Bye.
Thomas stands up and hugs Jane. He goes for a kiss, but she's already run out.
Bye.
Jane is in the nebulous space. She takes off the coat and backpack.
The card thing might seem like a small detail, but it felt big, like I could trust him. And also like he was seeing my family, because my family is notorious for who wins the bill.
Person 2 comes on as Jane's dad. He's holding up a restaurant check holder in victory.
No. I'm the one visiting y'all. Let me get dinner. I'm paying. It's too late.
Person 1 comes out as a waitress and takes the check holder and leaves.
It's over. It's over. She's already taken the check. She took my card. I paid. It's too late. It's too late.
Person 2 leaves way too proud of himself for this.
My whole life. It's like a very strange game of who can signal a waitstaff first and be sneaky enough to slide their card in without anyone noticing. I'm sure there is something cultural or familial or something all behind it. I never thought to ask. Anyway, the day was great. I was out of work, sitting with other teachers, talking about how to be a better teacher. It's a real high. It just makes you feel good. Because I'm a huge nerd. And I got to go home early because the conference, 1, ended early, and 2, was 3 stops closer to my apartment. So I went home.
The stage transitions to Jane's apartment. Person 1 enters as Jane's roommate eating cookie dough from a bowl on a spatula. Jane steps into the scene.
How was it?
Awesome.
Person 1 flops onto the couch.
Nerd.
Yep. So how are we doing on time?
Pretty good. It's 4 something and you've already made 4 desserts.
5.
You didn't make Fudgy the Whale.
It still counts.
As a dessert, not as one you've made. And you need to stop.
Why?
Because we don't have any more counter space, and I'm pretty sure I'll get salmonella if I keep cleaning the bowls for you.
Person 1 takes a huge lick of the spatula because sometimes raw cookie dough is worth the risk.
I just want it to be perfect.
Everyone will be in too much of a sugar coma to care.
Everyone's meeting Thomas.
Most of us have already met him. I know I have.
I know you have.
And I like him. I'm the one who told you to go out with him.
I remember. The hipster guy? You should message him back.
So it'll be fine.
I still maintain he's not a hipster.
You keep thinking that.
He's just been weird these past 2 days.
Weird, like making you watch Deep Space Nine and spending an hour waxing poetically about its glories, or weird, like he's got a switchblade in his back pocket and he's waiting for the right moment to slash your face just so he can say he had the satisfaction of knowing he's ruined your face forever.
Weird, like when we saw Wit together.
Oh.
Jane steps into the nebulous space.
I'm just going to pause this scene for a second to let you know a couple of things. 1, this wasn't my roommate at the time. This is Kate, who was the person who told me to go out with Thomas, but she actually never met him as she followed a man to California before our first encounter. However, my roommate at the time was actually not awful, but...
Person 2 comes out as a 20-year-old woman.
Oh my God, I live in Manhattan, just like in Friends. Do you hang out with the people across the hall like in Friends? Do you know who had 2-bedroom apartment like this? Joey and Chandler. I know we're gonna say Rachel and Monica, but they had a balcony, and you don't have a balcony, but it's still gonna be so great. It's like Manhattan, like
Friends. We get it. Thank you.
Person 2 bounces off the stage.
But anyway, back to Wit.
Thomas walks in. They're on the phone.
You've never seen a play before?
I saw The Lion King.
That's a musical. I'm talking about straight plays like what I write.
Nope. Well, maybe a really bad high school production.
I have to fix this. We're rushing Wit tonight.
Jane and Thomas pull out playbills. They are now standing next to each other on the subway. It should be clear they are on the subway because Jane would not be so gauche as to talk about a show within 5 blocks of the theater, because one simply does not do this. Thomas is visibly shaken.
That was,
Right? I know. God, so good.
yeah, good.
But what did you really think? I don't want to influence you too much.
I just need a moment to process.
Oh, come on. What's going on in your mind right now? First thoughts.
I don't really know. It takes time to process, put sentences together.
Okay. Was that long enough?
Absolutely not.
Oh, come on. Give me something.
Well, I liked it, I think, and she was very, very naked, and my grandmother died of ovarian cancer.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know that. People told me that I should have picked a different play, but I really wanted to see this one, and I know it's good, and I knew the cast would be really good, and I thought it would be some kind of litmus test, you know? Like, if he can't sit through this play, he's not worth the fluffy pieces, because anyone can sit through. I can't even think of an example right now. Am I a bad theater person? I can only think of musicals right now, and they're all musicals I like, and I like all theater, even the really bad stuff, and you will see some bad stuff with me. And I didn't know about your grandmother, and I can't stop talking. Why can't I stop talking? I'm just so sorry, and I never want to see me again, because what kind of freak brings her new boyfriend to see Wit as a 4th date? It's only our 4th freaking date, and
Thomas kisses her. She leans into it.
Better?
Better.
You are not a freak. Weird? Yes. Passionate? Yup. Maybe a little crazy, but good crazy. Like, takes me to Pulitzer Prize winning plays on Broadway crazy, even if they are too intense for a 4th date.
I knew it.
But I like it. I just need time to process. It's a lot, and I knew nothing coming in.
Thought that might be better.
Sometimes it is, but I just need to process and quiet. Okay?
Fine, but
Yeah?
you said quiet. I got it.
They ride a moment more before Jane steps back into her apartment and Thomas exits.
What is it with the knife thing just now? Hiding a switchblade to open my face?
What? It could happen.
Really?
It happened to Tina Fey.
Really?
True fact.
I hate when you say that.
Yep.
What time is it?
Still 4 something?
Thomas is coming over to help set up, but I don't want to have too much to set up for him.
Other than actually cleaning the dishes that I cleaned?
Other than that.
You realize that is the equivalent of cleaning before the house cleaners come.
I'm talking to my mother because she did that.
No, I'm just saying you're doing a little too much. Deep breath, sit down, eat a cookie.
Yeah, but I just want to impress him.
That's sweet, but you shouldn't he be trying to impress you and all of your friends?
I think that's why he's taking 2 hours off of work to help me clean.
Jane's phone rings.
Let me guess.
Shut up. No, wait. I don't know this number. Hello? Who is? Oh, Thomas? I didn't recognize the number, and Kate was just, what? You're where? Okay. And you're okay? I keep saying okay, sorry. Okay, I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming right now. Don't apologize, don't. I'm on my way. Yeah, bye.
Jane hangs up and grabs her coat and purse. She starts rifling through the purse.
I hate to do this, but can you order the pizzas and vacuum in here?
Yeah, what's going on?
Dang it, he has my card. Here's my credit card.
What's going on?
Thomas is in the emergency room and needs me to come.
What?
Gotta go.
What? Okay, I'll take care of the party.
Thank you. You're the best.
Jane runs into the nebulous space as her apartment disappears.
In reality, I have no recollection of who helped finish setting up the party, but somehow it happened, and I made it to the emergency room. Now, I hate hospitals with all of my being. My greatest fear is needles due to some wonderfully incompetent doctors of my childhood, and hospitals are just the worst. The smell, the sickness, the scariness, but I went to the emergency room, and not just any emergency room, the psychiatric emergency room.
Jane pulls out a visitor sticker from her pocket, places it on her coat, and runs into the psychiatric emergency room. Person 2 is now sitting at the desk as a nurse.
Hi, they told me up at the front that this is where I have to go. I'm looking for Thomas Brown. He would have been admitted half an hour ago.
One moment, please.
Thank you. I am in the right place, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I just went to the wrong place before, and I just wanted to make sure.
Uh-huh.
And I appreciate what you do. My sister is a nurse, and 2 of my uncles, and 3 of my aunts.
Uh-huh. Thomas Brown. He should be right inside.
Person 1 enters as a patient wearing a hospital gown, screaming. Just screaming. It should be as unsettling as possible.
Ma'am, I need you to stop, ma'am. I need some orderlies over here. You can just go back. Ma'am, please come with me.
Person 2 leads person 1 as Thomas appears in a hospital bed wearing the same kind of gown as person 1. He's holding Jane's debit card like it is the ring of power from Lord of the Rings.
You're here.
Yeah, you would not believe. How are you?
Here's your card.
What?
Your card. Took everything to convince them took a lot of convincing for them to let me keep it. I had to give them everything else, but I just kept telling them that's my girlfriend's card. It was her birthday tonight, and I needed to give it back to her.
Really isn't that big of a deal.
No, it was important that I get your card back.
You're in the emergency room. I think that takes precedent.
And they took my phone, but before they did, I memorized your number. I just kept repeating it over and over because I knew I had to get your card back, and they weren't going to let me have my phone. It's policy.
Okay,
And I wanted to let you know that I couldn't make it tonight.
that's okay. What happened?
I was waiting for the train to come and help and clean and whatnot, and then I saw the train coming, and I thought I should jump in front of that train.
What?
And I didn't really want to jump in front of the train, but this thought just kept rattling around. I should jump in front of the train, and I was really scary. I got freaked out, and I was hugging the wall of the subway platform to be as far from the tracks as I could, and then the train came. So I got on the train, and I wrote it here, and I checked myself in. They're keeping me for a 24-hour psych hold just to make sure I'm okay.
I'm just glad you're okay.
Me too.
You seem so calm.
I feel calm.
I'm terrified. This place is terrifying.
They said they're moving me to a private room soon.
How long are you staying here?
Just overnight.
That's good.
I'm so sorry to miss your party.
I'm just glad you're okay.
Me too.
You seem so calm.
I feel calm.
Your health is more important. Do they know what happened?
No one has really talked to me yet other than about the debit card,
Still can't believe you held on to it.
but I think it has to do with your play.
My play did this?
It brought back memories of when I was mugged back in New Haven. I was walking back from McDonald's to get a drink, but they were closed. So I was walking by this 4-lane road, very little traffic, not a lot of people on foot, a couple people passing here and there, and then 4 people jumped out. I don't remember what they said. All I remember is a shotgun smacking me in the face.
Oh my God.
The doctor said I was lucky to be alive. They let me out that night after they stitched me up, and your place brought that all back up again. Are you okay?
Jane definitely does not look okay, which is an appropriate response to all of this.
There's just a lot to process right now. My play? I did this?
No, it just brought back the memories, and I listed you as my emergency contact.
What? Seems like a pretty big deal.
No, they just needed me to put a number, and I had your number in my head, so I gave it to them.
Okay. It's not weirder than anything else that's happening right now.
Person 1 comes back on, shuffles quietly behind Jane, and starts screaming again. Jane jumps. Thomas is laying placidly. Person 2 comes out and removes person 1.
Oh my Lord, why does that keep happening?
She's actually one of the better ones.
You really have to stay here overnight?
I can't go home right now. I'm afraid of what might happen if I leave.
Oh, honey,
I know you have to go. Thank you for coming.
I don't. I can stay.
Person 1 can be heard screaming again.
Really?
No, I'm good. I think I never need to come here again. Yeah, I'm certain. Never need to come here again.
So I should be out tomorrow, but I don't know if I'll be able to make dinner.
Yeah, my parents. I forgot. I think we should cancel.
We should definitely cancel tomorrow.
Why are you saying it like that?
They're here until Sunday night.
Yeah?
We could do brunch.
You can't be serious right now.
Yeah, just ask them.
And what do I say?
The truth. Tell them what happened.
That I broke you with my writing.
It's not what
So I tell them you're in a psych ward
psychiatric emergency room.
and can't make dinner, but you're down for brunch.
I don't think I'd say I'm down for anything, but that's the general idea.
That's insane.
Person 2 walks past Jane and gives her a dirty look after she says insane.
Not really the place to say that.
figure that out. But you're in the hospital, and all you can think about is my debit card and meeting my parents.
What else should I be thinking about? It would be rude to just not show up.
My parents will be back. You should take care of yourself.
I'll be fine by Sunday,
Can we talk about this tomorrow? See how you are then?
as long as you pencil in brunch.
Okay. Okay.
Jane's phone buzzes. She looks at it.
Everything okay?
She gives him a look and gestures to the area around her because, really, Thomas, it's not okay.
Really, Thomas?
Yep. Dumb question.
I have to go. People will be showing up soon.
Go. I'll be fine.
Okay.
Go.
Jane goes into her nebulous space. The hospital vanishes behind her.
And I left because my party was about to start.
The space shifts back to Jane's apartment, specifically her bedroom. Jane is not in the bedroom, but standing next to it. The sounds of an awesome party are going on. Jane's phone is ringing.
I'll be right back. I just have to take this.
She enters the bedroom.
Hello?
Person 2 enters as a doctor on the other end of the call. They are carrying a clipboard with a lot of paper on it.
Hello, is this Miss Hannigan?
Hanahan.
Are you sure it's not Hannigan?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Who is this again?
Yeah, right. Sorry, I'm calling on behalf of Thomas Brown. I'm his doctor.
Oh, is Thomas okay? Is everything all right?
Yes, everything is fine. I just need to ask you a few questions.
Questions?
Person 2 reads all the questions from the clipboard and writes the answer on the paper during the following exchange.
To treat him better, you are his emergency contact.
Yes, but
Great. And what is your relationship with Mr. Brown?
dating. We're dating. I'm his girlfriend.
Great. And how long have you been his girlfriend?
We've been dating a month, but we've only been serious for a week, 2 weeks.
Great. And have you noticed any odd behaviors lately?
Just these past 2 days. Thursday, he started acting strangely.
Could you define strangely?
Abruptly canceling plans, more agitated than usual. I mean, he's never agitated, but he was agitated. How many more times can I say agitated, right?
Jane starts to laugh awkwardly. Person 2 does not join in.
Okay. And how does he sleep at night?
I really wouldn't know. He hasn't spent the night. We've only been serious for a short time.
And erections?
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry. Does he struggle to maintain an erection?
What? I don't. That's kind of personal. I wouldn't. What? Is this normal? Because it seems really invasive. Like, you shouldn't be asking this.
It's part of the diagnosis.
You can't ask him
I'm trying to get a fuller picture
of his erections.
of his life for diagnostic purposes.
Well, I don't know.
Don't know if you want to answer or don't know the answer.
Person 1 comes on as a middle-aged woman. She knocks on Jane's door.
Jane? Jane? Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. This phone call is just taking longer than expected. I'll be out in a minute.
Great, because someone mentioned cutting the cake soon?
Right? Because you have to leave and you were staying for the cake because Gary has to work on his sermon and
Okay, we can wait a little longer. He's done with the sermon. We just wanted to rehearse a couple of times with me tonight. It's the work of a pastor's wife is never done.
She does not leave.
Yes, okay. What were you saying?
His erections, you were...
I don't know how many more ways I can say this. We haven't had sex, so stop asking. I don't know anything about his penis.
Jane,
You made that quite clear. You don't have to.
That wasn't to you.
is everything
I'm good. It's all good.
okay? Are you sure? Because you just
Yeah.
that's a really strange phone call.
You have no idea. I'll be out in a minute. Tell them to get fudgy ready.
Okay.
Person 1 leaves.
Fudgy?
The whale?
Oh, the cake. Whose birthday?
Mine.
Because I thought that was a child's birthday.
Delicious chocolate and cake and ice cream are for everyone.
Okay. Well, I have a few more
Well,
questions.
it's my birthday party, and I know Fudgy the Whale is a child's cake, but I never had one, and I wanted it, and I thought it would be cute. And I wanted to try it, though it's probably a puddle in the middle of my living room right now. And to top it off, I just screamed penis with my pastor's wife outside my door with all my friends in the next room, so they probably all heard too.
At least she knows you're not having premarital sex.
Yeah, real comforting. Listen, I really have to go tend to my puddle of a cake. Is there anything else you need to ask me that is not about sleeping habits or sexual practices or his penis?
Person 2 goes through his clipboard. Many pages, like a crazy number of pages. There really are a lot of questions about penises, apparently.
No, wait. No, that was about bowel discharge.
And we're done. Can you just tell him to call me when he gets out, or can I call him? And
You didn't.
what now?
You have to come get him.
What?
Well, in cases like this, we don't like to. What I mean to say is we prefer for someone to.
I have to sign him out,
Yes.
like a library book.
Well, not quite.
Oh,
You don't have to return him.
clever.
And no late fees.
What time can I get him?
Anytime after 9.
Super.
And happy birthday.
Jane hangs up and steps into the nebulous space. Person 2 exits.
Yeah, that really happened. I really did scream about my lack of knowledge about Thomas's penis with my pastor and pastor's wife in the next room. A real fine moment. Though the cake wasn't as melted as I thought it would be, and it tasted better than I thought it would. But I also had to call my parents and let them know that I wouldn't be meeting them for breakfast and then the day of touristing we had planned.
Jane picks the phone back up, but before dialing,
And yes, I realize this is a lot of phone calls right now, but that's what happened. If you don't like it, well,
there's a blackout.
hey,
The lights come back on.
uncalled for. Fine. We can just whatever. Come out, parents.
Person 2 comes out as Jane's dad and proceeds to J. Moughon the audience. To J. Moughon is to go up to any person you see and introduce yourself and get their entire backstory in less than 5 minutes. Person 2 can use the lines below or improvise in the style of the lines below. If comfortable, he should shake hands with everyone he meets. Person 1 is Jane's mom comes out slightly after him, following and looking mortified. She might apologize to anyone for person 2 bothering them. And by might, I mean she does.
Hi, Phil Hanahan. Nice to meet you. What's your name? Uh-huh. Great. Where are you from? Nice. I've been there. It's real nice. What brings you here tonight? Uh-huh. Oh, that's great. That is great.
I'm so sorry. He's really friendly. So nice to meet you.
Dad.
Phil Hanahan. What's your name? What brings you here? Great. It's so nice to meet you too.
Dad.
Phil, and you are great. I love your hat. Did you go to me too? Yeah, that's great.
Dad.
Yes, Jane. I'm just meeting.
I know, but we don't have all night for you to meet everyone, and I want to finish the story.
Right. Sorry, Doodlebop.
Dad,
What?
we talked about nicknames in public and at
No,
home.
we didn't.
Person 2 goes back to talking to the audience.
Well, we did. Just because you have selective memory doesn't mean, and we will talk about it again. If you get up here.
Coming, Brainy Janey.
Dad!
What? We haven't had that talk yet.
I thought we were.
Yes, if you could just go over to your spot because this is a phone call.
I love seeing you in person.
Person 2 goes to give Jane a hug. It's an awkward dad hug where Jane half fights it, but half gives in because she knows she can't win.
Yay, great. This is a phone call, no? Nothing? Fine, we'll just do it here. Okay, so I can't see you tomorrow.
Oh, you're seeing us now.
I think we're breaking convention, dear, or rather, you started breaking convention as Jane is just going to keep it with it, the story momentum from dying, and I'm going to keep with it because I just want you both to be happy.
Mom.
What? I pay attention when you talk. I'm a lot smarter than you give me credit for, and I'm a lot more self-aware. I just don't vocalize it like you do, honey.
I don't vocalize it that much.
You wrote a whole play where you're basically doing that.
I think you're smart. I've always thought you were smart, except when I was 11 and thought I knew everything in the world, but I thought I was the smartest person ever then, which I was quickly dissuaded of, but I never thought you were dumb.
Uh-huh.
I didn't.
Whatever you say.
Can we get back to the topic at hand? Because we're getting a little too meta for me.
I think your mother is the greatest person alive and that we do not tell her enough.
That's super random. Why are you bringing this up?
But she's not, because she's great and we should tell her.
Why don't you tell her now?
We really don't tell her enough.
She's literally standing next to you.
Not nearly enough.
Cool, agreed. Whatever. Are we done with the tangents? Because I have something important to tell you. I can't make breakfast. I have to pick Thomas up from the psychiatric emergency room.
Oh no, is he okay?
Yeah, he's going to be fine. He had a breakdown. I don't know what to call it. Episode on the subway platform, and they want to keep him in overnight observations, but he should be fine.
Is there something we can do? Do you want us to go to the emergency room with you?
No, God, no. No, just
We could bring the car, pick you and Tommy up.
it's Thomas, and no, really, you don't need to.
It might be better to take him in a car if the subway is what started this whole.
I already said no.
It wouldn't be any trouble at all. Though driving in the city, why all these streets one way and no turns on red? Whose brilliant idea was that? But really, it wouldn't be any trouble to pick him up in the car.
Why don't you listen to me? I said no.
Well, we came up here to meet him.
I thought it was for my birthday.
Well, that too, of course, that too.
And I didn't want you to meet him in the first place.
But we're here with the car, and
I don't want to overwhelm him.
That makes sense. I don't think we should push it.
Thank you.
I just know whenever I've gotten out of the hospital, I mean, like right after,
Oh, you like seeing people whenever you can. You were the most popular man there by the time you left. We still send those nurses Christmas cards.
they were all just so nice.
The overwhelming Thomas thing is the reason you're not going, okay? Not my discomfort or the total absurdity of the whole situation. You know what? I'll take the win. I'll see you both for lunch after.
That sounds great. Oh, you know where we could go?
Ellen Starbuck.
Stardust.
Ellen Stard. How did you know?
You always want to go there.
They sing to you while you eat.
Yeah, fine. Whatever. You guys just get in line and I'll meet you there and we can tourist after. Love you.
Love you too.
See you tomorrow.
Awkward parental hugs and kisses as person 1 and 2 exit. Jane is again alone in her nebulous space.
And the next morning, sleep deprived, but not hungover, I made my way to the hospital and back to the waking nightmare that is the psychiatric emergency room.
Jane walks back. A private room emerges behind her. It should be the suggestion of a really crappy twin bed, a door, and a chair that has a urine sample cup on it. The urine sample cup is very full and in the dead center of the chair. Thomas is sitting on the edge of the bed in a hospital gown. His hair is wet and matted to his head. He has slippers on. He looks absolutely miserable, which is understandable as he did just spend the night in one of the 9 circles of hell. The 9th circle is Times Square, in case we're wondering, not any of the businesses there, the foot traffic. Jane is about to address the audience when person 1, dressed as the patient, comes from before comes back on. She goes behind Jane and is just about to start screaming when Jane whips around, cutting her off.
No, just know you weren't here for this part. And I know I've taken a lot of liberties with the storytelling, but you are not going to be one of them because I don't think I can handle you screaming at me again. It was unnerving enough the first time. Now go.
Person 1 starts to go, but turns back as if to start screaming. Jane cuts her off.
No,
Person 1 opens her mouth.
shut it.
Person 1 closes her mouth, turns to go, turns back, opens her mouth.
I swear to God, I will sew your mouth shut if you don't leave right now.
Person 1 looks terrified and backs slowly away. Jane composes herself.
Sorry about that. But this next, well,
Jane officially enters the scene. Thomas stands way too happy to see her. He gives her a hug and then realizes how much he smells and how sweaty he is.
Hi, you came. Hi. Sorry about the sweat. It's been a night. I can't even. Thank you. I didn't know. I thought I could just.
yeah, I did too. But I'm here.
Didn't you have breakfast plans?
It's fine. I called them. We'll do a museum or the Empire State Building or something else super touristy after I claim you.
Funny. It's funny.
No, it's not.
It's not, but I haven't slept, so everything's a little. Screaming woman, her voice carried down the hall all night. It was in the heat. Like you can't open a window because it's painted shut and locked and bars and things. What am I doing? Sit.
Thomas sits on the bed and gestures for Jane to sit in the chair that has the urine sample in it.
No, that's okay. I'm good.
No, I insist. Please sit. I don't know how long the doctor will be. I'm kind of a low priority.
No, that's okay. I promise I'm good.
I feel weird sitting, but this gown doesn't really have a back, and I just want you to be comfortable.
I'm totally comfortable standing. I stand professionally.
That's funny.
It's weird that you said that's funny instead of laughing.
I feel like if I laugh, it'll come off as maniacal, and it isn't really the place to do that, but I'll give it a shot. Say something funny.
This isn't really the place I can be funny on demand.
No, of course. Of course. How stupid of me.
Not stupid, just this is really uncomfortable for both of us. Well, me at least, and you seem uncomfortable.
Yeah, but I'd be more comfortable if you sat.
There's B in the chair. B in the chair. I'm not going to sit next to or on or near your pee or touch your pee, so.
Oh, should have said something. Can just a second.
Thomas stands up and picks up the urine sample cup and carries it back by his bed and sets it on the floor. He sits back on his bed. Jane has not moved.
There. Now you can sit.
Okay. So you see how, all right. As a kid, like kindergarten or first grade, I had this art teacher and we were supposed to cut our paper into strips for something like a weaving design or something else that required uniform strips of paper. And she cut them and they were so perfectly straight. Like she'd use a paper cutter. It was awe-inspiring. But then she handed us these scissors, which I'm sure were safety scissors, but felt so big and important in my hand at the time. And I picked up this perfect piece of paper and I realized that like 5 or 6 or maybe 4, that if I cut this paper and I make a mistake, there was no fixing it. I would have ruined this perfect thing in front of me and I could never make it whole again. And I just started sobbing hysterically, a piece of paper in one hand and safety scissors in the other. And no matter what this art teacher said, I could not be calm until I was told I didn't have to cut the paper and that I could just sit and watch everyone else. So I got some water and watched everyone else butcher, destroy their papers. Children cannot cut straight lines. It was both distressing, but also comforting knowing that I wasn't a part of the massacre. And the teacher gave me her beautiful, perfect strips to weave or paste or whatever it was we ultimately did. I think I got a note home in my bag.
That's...
Yeah, I'm finished. So all of that to say, I've got issues. We all have issues, but mine manifest in weird ways. Not so much weird, but in very, very definitive ways. So please believe me when I tell you that there is no way I am going to sit in the pee chair.
I moved it.
Yeah, but it was still there. I saw it on the chair. The pee on
It was in a cup. It wasn't that I peed on the chair.
There's a pause. Jane looks like she's considering that possibility.
Do you really think that I peed on the chair?
No.
Your face says otherwise.
Not you, but someone.
They clean things.
It's a pee chair. It will always be a pee chair to me.
Won't you just sit down?
There is no way in hell I'm sitting in the pee chair. Drop it.
Person 2, dressed as the doctor from before, walks in with the clipboard with tons of paper. This guy and his paperwork.
You must be Jane.
Hello. Yes, and you are?
Jane sticks out a hand. Person 2 squirts hand sanitizer into it and looks through his paperwork.
The doctor you screamed penis at multiple times, yes.
What?
He's taking it out of context, and it was your penis.
Why are we talking about my penis on the phone?
In front of your pastor's wife.
What?
Hey, that's not what... You were the one who kept asking me about his erection, and then Fudgy melted.
Oh no, Fudgy melted.
It was fine. He was still delicious.
Okay, I just need you to sign here and here.
Person 2 hands Jane a pen. Jane reads and signs the paper in all of the places as person 2 holds the clipboard. Person 2 looks a little annoyed because she does really read everything. She finishes and goes to hand the pen back. He squirts it with hand sanitizer and hands it back.
Thank you. Mr. Brown, an orderly will be bringing your belongings in shortly. Miss Jane, you can wait in the waiting area.
The main area?
No, the psychiatric waiting area by the nurse's station.
Can't I just,
By the nurse's station, you can both go to the pharmacy to pick up your prescriptions, and here's a copy of the prescription in case you need it. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Person 2 hands Thomas a paper and exits.
You have to get your medication too?
Is that okay? Because if you can't wait.
No, it's fine. I can wait in the waiting room from all my nightmares.
That's where I recognized it from.
You've been in my nightmares?
Just how you describe them, though you're not giving yourself enough credit.
I'm not?
Your nightmares are much more terrifying than that waiting room.
Aw, that's sweet.
Yep.
But in all seriousness, how are you? You seem not 100%, but better-ish.
I mostly feel exhausted and gross. I'm sure I must smell really gross.
Yeah, you stink. Like a lot. And you're that sticky sweaty. If not for the pee chair, you'd be the grossest thing in here.
Aw, thanks.
So should I just...
Probably. They might be waiting for you to leave to give me my stuff.
Yeah, so you can have privacy to change?
Or they think we're fucking and are just being polite and waiting for us to finish.
There's absolutely no chance they think that after what I yelled at the doctor last night.
Yeah, what did you say on the phone?
He had like 200 questions about our sex life and your penis and sleep habits. And I'm sure everyone in the hospital, on top of everyone from church, heard me yell that we haven't had sex and that I have no intimate knowledge of your erections or ejaculations or whatever else you could think of.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
So unless you want to have intimate knowledge of my, or at least see it.
Right. Got it. I'll just be in the waiting room. Right.
Jane steps into a nebulous space as the hospital room fades.
And so I waited for him and took him to the pharmacy and to the subway. I think I called my parents. I probably called my parents. That's a lie. I definitely called my mom at least 4 times. I talked to her the entire time in the waiting room. So we got to the subway.
Jane steps into a subway car with Thomas. He's dressed in his clothes from their breakfast date the day before. His hair is still matted to his head. They sit next to each other.
Thank you again. I thought since I had checked myself in, they wouldn't.
You don't have to keep thanking me. Are you sure you don't want me to take you all the way home?
No, I'll be good. I'm just going to shower and fall asleep and then wake up and make some coffee and fall asleep again.
You really don't have to come out tomorrow.
Why do you not want me to meet your parents?
Oh, I don't know. It's not like you just spent a sleepless night being treated for a previously unknown mental illness and getting a new medication that you don't know how your body will react to. And that stress is probably not good for you right now, especially unnecessary stress. And the subway, should we even be on a subway right now?
Thomas kisses her. Jane pushes away and gags.
What?
You didn't have a toothbrush.
No, it can't be that bad.
Thomas smells his own breath.
It's like something died in your mouth, right?
No, it's like something died a week ago.
Yeah.
How? I didn't think a smell as bad was humanly possible.
You're just really talented. And seriously, don't worry about tomorrow. My parents will understand.
What do you mean?
Just take care of yourself.
Tomorrow I'll be fine. I'm still down for brunch. Everything will be great tomorrow.
There is a better chance of the thing that died in your mouth coming back to life.
Stranger things have happened. It's not because you think I'll embarrass you, right? Because the hospital.
What? No. If anything, it's the opposite.
You were going to embarrass me?
No, my parents. Specifically my dad. It's hard to describe.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Thomas and the subway disappear.
Sure. And I'm sure I will die of embarrassment. Or worse.
Person 1 and Person 2 come out as Jane's parents, and the space transforms into a hotel room. Think Best Western or something of similar affordability.
Phil,
What?
sit down.
What'd I do?
It's not so much as what you did.
I beg to differ.
Okay, fine. It's what you did and are possibly about to do.
What am I about to
Well,
do?
you're about to scare off a boy that Jane likes.
I would never.
Yes, you would.
No, I would not.
So nice to meet you. Did you know I work at the Pentagon? I used to have the nuclear codes. I have friends in the CIA and FBI. They would never find your body. You didn't, but the application to date my daughter form did. Dad?
You're frozen, Todd.
David, go ahead and read it until he comes back.
Got it.
You didn't, but the application to date my daughter form did.
That was a joke.
Then why did you make them sign it and use your notary seal while wearing your camo and your Pentagon ID tag?
You do have an imposing position, especially as the father of.
I'm not imposing.
Not to us, but to a boyfriend. Remember when you met Mama's dad?
Oh, that was different.
How?
I wouldn't insult Tommy for starters. Barbara, you have to admit, your father, calling me general when I was a first lieutenant, and then driving the car off every time I try to get into your grandfather's car, he'd drive a little away and stop. And then I'd get my hand on the handle and he'd take off again and stop. That wasn't just something they do in the movies. I'd never do something so disrespectful to Tommy.
You call him Tommy.
That's his name.
Thomas. His name is Thomas. He hates Tommy.
How was I supposed to know that?
Because I told you the first 500 times you called him that.
Okay, now if you would both be quiet for a minute. Phil, sit. Jane, I know telling you to sit will be pointless, so just don't distract me while you pace in that corner.
Yeah, fine. Whatever. Just remember.
I know. Now, we know you like to talk and share stories and get to know people, but the stories you tell and the nicknames you have, they're
embarrassing, Dad. Embarrassing.
Intimidating and embarrassing.
Exactly.
I don't think they are cute stories. I think they're cute stories.
No.
Like the one time that
Nope.
what about the time that
No.
you have to admit that when you
No, Dad.
don't even know the stories.
Running out naked, giving myself a haircut, running around naked while trying to give someone else a haircut.
That is what kids do. They are naked.
Yes, that I understand in theory, but when it's you and when your father has pictures that he shows everyone every time he tells a story.
and it's not just the stories or the pictures. We like him. We want him to stick around. So no invasive questions.
Invasive.
Where are you from? Is that where your parents are from? How long has your family been there? Why are you here in the city? Where did you go to school? Where did you go there? How long have they been there? Where all have you traveled? Where did your parents go to school? What's your blood type? You an organ donor? Would you be willing to donate an organ or blood if I needed it?
Look, those last questions
Are not out of the realm of possibility. Have you met you? But seriously, I really like him, Dad.
I know. I just want to get to know him.
Mom, a little help here.
Phil, we get that. And you will get to know him. But for now, we want you to limit your conversation so we don't scare him off.
What?
You can ask him one question, make one statement, and respond to general comments made.
Person 2 stands.
What? No. I do not accept this. I
Sit
don't.
Down.
Person 2 sits immediately.
I am not going to repeat myself. You heard me. And you're going to do this. Is that understood? Or do you really want me to finish that statement?
no, ma'am.
Good.
Thanks, Mom. I better get home. I love you both. I'll meet Thomas at the station and we'll meet you at the restaurant. Bye. And Dad, behave.
Yes, ma'am.
Jane steps into the nebulous space. The hotel room disappears.
And here we are, the big moment, the big terrifying moment that I've been trying to avoid, and confession time. This is my first serious boyfriend, like ever, and I met him online, and the most terrifying thing of all was the first time I met him.
Thomas appears in the background as if he was at the top of a staircase.
He looks cute, right? Not the point. So we were meeting at this coffee shop near where he worked and on my way home, a nice public place. All my girlfriends knew I was going because you never know with random guys you meet on the internet. Good to have someone expecting you somewhere. And I walk in and see him standing at the top of the stairs, looking exactly like his pictures, which, right? That's amazing in and of itself, right? So he's there on top of the stairs and I start ascending. And as I reach the third or fourth step, a little voice in my head goes, "You're going to marry him." And like any sane person, I said, "Nope," turned around and went back out the front door. And then, like the person who was raised to be polite almost to a fault, I went back in and went on the date because he came and seemed nice. And it wasn't his fault that my brain or whatever that was decided to freak me out. And I was glad I did go back because that led to, well, it's better if you watch. The week before my birthday.
Thomas moves towards her. He hands her a hand pie. They eat and walk. They are in downtown Brooklyn, but a more rundown part.
Can't believe you figured it out.
You quoted the nursery rhyme.
It was a completely random section,
The king is in his counting house. It wasn't that random.
but still.
I just knew it was going to be the 4 and 20 blackbirds rhyme. I didn't know it was actually a pie store.
So a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah. What's that?
Where?
That store. Looks like a stationery store, except it definitely has a, "this is the place where I'm going to be murdered" vibe.
Oh, no, I didn't see that at all.
No?
Yeah, it's definitely a place run by trees, and the stationary sign is a cover, and the trees lure squirrels inside to dissect them.
Really?
Yeah. Is that too weird?
I mean, yes.
No.
Because why is it just squirrels? I feel like the trees would take their revenge on all the woodland creatures. Deer, beavers, foxes.
Rabbits.
Now they're cool with rabbits. Who would want to hunt a little cute bunny? Monster?
Got it. Bunnies hop free and unharmed. And the trees aren't like ants.
Exactly. They're more like those happy dancing cartoon trees that lure you in by making you think they're all nice and good, but really they have surgical tools hidden in their leaves.
And they don't use anesthetic.
Because why would they? Those squirrels don't deserve it.
Exactly.
And it's all scored by Sondheim. And we have pie. It's like Happy Trees, the demon surgeon of Lafayette Street, or something more clever.
Who's Simon?
What?
I feel like I said something wrong.
Jane pulls out her phone and starts searching frantically.
I have to fix this. But what should you start with? Sweeney Todd because of the reference, or Into the Woods because of the trees, or Assassins, or...
The scene transitions to the day of the meeting. They are outside the diner where they are going to meet Jane's parents. Jane did not do this or plan it this way. It just happens.
Can't put this off anymore.
I can. You have a lot of Sondheim to listen to, and we're not here yet. We're still back a week ago when I realized your weird matched my weird.
Jane, it's time to go.
You can still cancel.
That would be rude at this point.
No, I know them. They'd be fine. Or I could just go. They'd totally understand if you weren't feeling up to this.
But I do feel up to it.
Then maybe you can go by yourself.
Jane,
You are a good thing in my life, and I screw up all of the good things in my life. Why can't this just be a good, uncomplicated thing a little longer? Because meeting my parents will change all of that.
doesn't have to.
But it does. You're meeting my family. It just feels huge to me, even if not to you. Can you understand that?
Not really, but I can try. I want to. I want to take the step with you.
You say that now, but you haven't met them or seen who I am with them. I feel different with you. Like me, you let me be me, that weird, way too forward, neurotic me. And with my parents, I'm not that. I feel like I don't really belong, and I try to be this other person, one who fits in with them. And I think you're gonna meet that me, and you'll think that's the real me, and you'll leave.
What?
You'll leave. You'll dump me or ghost me or whatever.
I'm not gonna do that.
You don't know that.
I'm not leaving you. I love you.
Oh,
What?
it's just, we've never, I haven't, it's, I love you too.
They kiss and enjoy the moment.
Ready now?
Heck no. This just makes it all so much worse.
You're smiling.
We all respond to fear differently.
Let's go.
Thomas starts to go. Jane stays still as if this could prevent the inevitable. Come on, Jane. We all know this is going to happen. Thomas grabs her hand and gently pulls her forward. The stage transforms into a diner. If possible, the smell of brunch food should waft through the space. Person 1 and person 2, as Jane's parents are seated at a table or booth, depending on your budget. They rise to greet Thomas and Jane.
Hi. Sorry we're late.
My fault.
That's okay, Tommy. Happens to.
Jane and person 1 both shoot him looks of death. He quickly shakes Thomas's hand and sits back down.
So nice to meet you.
Thomas, my parents, Phil and Barbara, Mom, Dad, Thomas. Great. We've all met. Who wants mimosas? I could use a mimosa or whiskey or something stronger. Definitely something stronger.
A mimosa sounds great, sweetie.
I don't think that I should.
Oh, right, with your medications.
Right. Jane says you're a pharmacist.
Yes, that's why.
Yeah, so coffee for you, mimosas for me and Mom, iced tea for Dad.
Unsweetened.
Yeah.
So Thomas, it's so nice to meet you.
Likewise, Jane has told me so much about both of you.
And about you, you program computers?
Well, all IT support for the university, not by myself. I didn't make it sound like I'm not in charge, just the journalism school. Yeah.
That's great. Well, we'll have to have you come and take a look at our printer. Phil is great with technology, but that printer, it seems like it's possessed.
Thomas could help with that too.
Maybe not a full exorcism, but something close.
Oh, yes. Jane said you went to divinity school.
Yeah, I studied religious art, music, and philosophy.
That's so impressive. Isn't that impressive, Phil?
Yes. Very impressive.
Not really. I just have a lot of different interests.
Well, just like Jane. That's great. That's so great. Isn't that great, Phil?
Person 2 just nods his head. Person 1 picks up her menu.
He thinks it's great. Where is our waiter? I would love to order. I was thinking French toast, but maybe a quiche. What are you thinking, Jane?
Jane opens her menu.
Is it pancakes? I've just been feeling pancakes.
Well, you're the birthday girl, whatever you want.
A jar of icing.
Jane.
You said whatever I want.
Jane and person 1 become involved in their own world.
So, Phil, Jane tells me you lead a Bible study at the Pentagon.
Yes.
It's great.
And you lead a study on Jonah. What was that like?
It was good. There's lots of books on Jonah.
What do you want, Thomas?
Whatever you want to order for me.
Ooh, so I can have half?
Like your mom said, it's your birthday.
Yes. What do I want? What do I want?
How long have you been in the city?
Mom, did you ever find the waiter?
No. I'll go and look.
Oh, Barbara, you don't have to.
Well, I need to use the restroom anyway. I'll be right back.
Person 1 takes her purse and exits. Jane is absorbed in her menu making choices. Person 2 and Thomas just stare at each other. This goes on for an eternity if you're Thomas. Just a few moments for the audience. Person 2's phone rings.
Dad.
It's work. I will be just a moment.
Yeah, fine, whatever. Woohoo, this looks good.
Person 2 picks up his phone, starts talking, and exits. Jane keeps looking at her menu. Again, Thomas sits awkwardly.
Okay, I think I've made up my mind.
He hates me.
What?
Your dad, he's barely spoken. You said all he does is talk.
He doesn't hate you.
He hates me. Your mom is nice.
He's under strict orders not to talk.
What?
He has this tendency of being too much. asking too much, overreaching, embarrassing, basically being the most dad a person can be while also being a trained military commander.
It is pretty cool that he works at the Pentagon.
You're so lucky you didn't say that on the first date.
So you've said.
Yeah. So he likes you. It's going well.
Are you freaking out less?
Oh no, the freaking out never gets less. It's just a permanent undercurrent. Sometimes it's just mitigated by chocolate chip pancakes and bacon and triple chocolate waffles and French fries and maybe
Are you planning on ordering the whole menu?
and ice cream on the waffle.
I'll take that as yes.
How are you doing?
Nervous.
They like you. They ever come back? Oh, I think I see the waiter. Can you go in?
And leave you here?
I can't get his eye. Would you rather be left here when my dad gets back?
Good point.
Thomas gets up to get the waiter. Person 1 returns.
Did we scare him off already?
No, I sent him to find the waiter. So,
So,
what do you think?
I don't know. I just met him.
But you have opinions.
He's quiet and he looks really tired
And
and he looks Amish.
what? He works in IT. He's the opposite of Amish.
It's the hat. Where's your father?
Work call.
That man, I swear. I'll go and get him.
You don't have to.
Person 1 is gone. Jane steps into the nebulous space. The diner disappears. Heart monitor sounds start again.
The rest is just as boring as that. Unless you want to watch me eat all of that food, because I totally did. And it was amazing. Now, here's the time where my instincts are telling me to tell you that while the brunch was, uneventful, that the rest of the day was not. I said goodbye to Thomas and walked my parents to the train station, and then Thomas went his way to the subway. Looking back, I wonder if I should have gone with him, or taken the sex life obsessed doctor more seriously, or if he should have warned me, or if there were signs. But when he got to the subway, he heard that voice again, the one that said, jump, and he...
The monitor sound gets louder. Then it stops. There is a beat, and then Thomas re-enters.
Except
Except you didn't.
I didn't jump in front of a train. I made it home just fine. You've been taking far too many liberties.
It's my nebulous space. I can do what I want.
I believe that.
What are you doing here anyway?
Preventing you from killing me off, apparently.
You didn't know I was going to do that.
It's an easy guess. You've been hinting at it this whole time.
Not that strongly.
Yeah.
And you're avoiding answering the question. What are you doing here, really? And why is your roommate over there, hiding in the bushes?
A light flashes like a picture was taken.
You know, he's a paparazzo hiding in the bushes in the way they do.
But why is he taking pictures of us? We are not celebrities. You're being really cagey.
Because I'm nervous.
Why are you still nervous? The brunch is over. We're in the present now.
I'm nervous because
Thomas gets down on one knee and pulls out a ring. During this time, random camera flashes should go off.
What?
Jane, you are the most wonderful person I've ever met.
No.
I love the way you speak and see the world. I love the way you see me.
No.
I love everything about you. I don't want to spend another day without knowing you, what it'll always be like with you in my life. Jane.
Stop.
Thomas stands up. The photos stop.
What? I thought, don't you want to?
Jane looks at him with a, you know what you did look. Thomas looks a little hangdog. There's a long pause.
This isn't how it happened. Why are you lying now?
I can take liberties too.
Not in my nebulous space.
Proceed.
The rest is directed to the audience, except the thank you and okay, until otherwise noted.
Thank you. Okay. This is how it really happened.
2 months after brunch, so 3 months into dating.
Because for me, there are a few things I'm sure of. I question everything, but I never questioned where I would go to college, or being a teacher, or a playwright, or living here. And I never questioned being with you. I want to be with you. And you are crazy. It matches my crazy.
She gets down on one knee.
Will you marry me?
Ring?
She gets up.
Really?
What? I don't get a ring?
You know I got you a ring.
I'm just messing with you.
You're lucky you're cute.
And of course,
They both take out rings and exchange them. They kiss. As they are kissing, the lights flash. When the lights come back, Jane is alone.
And that's how it started, or how it should have started.
There's a long pause. The heart monitor beep starts again.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Jane.
The lights black out.
Happy birthday to me.
End of play.
Yay.
Yay!
Everybody come back up and take a bow. That was fantastic. Well done. Well done. Wow. That was really great. So send us prayers, send us good vibes. We are shooting and hoping that the Broadway Bound Festival at the end of August still happens, and that we get to put this on a stage and just send good energy, send good energy. Thank you so much for joining us. A few announcements. We have next week, our Friday Night Footlights number 7 is going to be a little different. John, why don't you tell us what it's all about?
Yeah, everybody.
If Jen's there, ask her to come in.
Jenny,
Yeah.
Yes.
my co-host. Yeah, so this will be, we're going to use the next Friday Night Footlights next Friday at 7 p.m. We're going to release our first volume in our The Great Escapism series, which is a series of audio plays made by this wonderful company and collaborators. So we're going to have a listening party tomorrow on Friday as we release the first episodes. A bunch of actors.
Next Friday.
What'd I say?
Tomorrow, Friday.
Next Friday. I just came off the roll.
You just did a thing.
7 p.m. and it's going to be great.
So that's it. So next Friday is going to be a listening party. We're going to release the 5 audio plays that we have written and recorded through company members and actually people outside the company too. It's been a lot of fun. It's been challenging. Jen and John have been working their skis off, cutting and getting the audio together, and it's going to be pretty outstanding. So please join us. And then after that, hold on. Friday the 15th, we're going to be doing an established play for Friday Night Footlights. We're going to be doing Kaufman and Hart's, oh God. Once in a Lifetime. Sorry. I should have been more prepared. So next Friday, Friday Night Footlights 7 is going to be the Great Escapism Volume 1. We're going to release those 5 audio plays. Friday Night Footlights number 8, the week after, is going to be Once in a Lifetime, the Kaufman and Hart play. And then the Friday after that is our Lab 25, which has 5 new writers presenting new work and a whole company of actors who are going to come in and do that work justice. So please join us. Anything else?
Yes, May 15th is also a deadline for playwrights.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Yeah.
Holy cow. So May 15th is also a deadline for
Blurring
deadline for
boundaries.
playwrights for Blurring Boundaries.
Dead playwrights.
Bye. Bye.
Oh my goodness, I have not eaten. I think that's what's going on here. John and I have not eaten. Tomorrow, Friday. All right, so thank you very much. Tune in, and we'll see you next Friday. Thanks so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Congratulations, Erin. Well done, everyone.
Thank you. Congratulations, cast. You guys are all amazing.